a comprehensive guide to conducting productive, meaningful performance reviews that inspire growth and strengthen team relationships. Why effective appraisals matter. Performance appraisals are more than just annual formalities. They are critical touchpoints that significantly influence individual development and organizational performance. Well-conducted discussions lead to clear expectations, enhanced skill development, and a motivated workforce, directly impacting business outcomes. The business impact is profound. Companies with effective performance management systems report up to 30% higher employee engagement and 20% lower turnover rates. Conversely, poor performance management can cost organizations substantially, with estimates suggesting that replacing a single employee can range from 6 to 9 months of their salary due to recruitment, onboarding, and lost productivity costs. Effective appraisals, therefore, are not just an HR function, but a strategic imperative that contributes to sustained organizational success, higher productivity, and a more positive work culture. The evolution of performance management. Traditional performance reviews often focused solely on evaluation, looking backward at past performance and assigning ratings. However, modern approaches recognize the limitations of this model. Today, the emphasis has shifted towards growth and development. Appraisals are now seen as forward-looking conversations designed to foster continuous learning, provide constructive feedback, identify potential, and align individual goals with strategic organizational objectives. This shift empowers employees, encourages proactive problem-solving, and cultivates a culture of continuous improvement rather than punitive assessment. Key principles for successful appraisals. Clear expectations. Setting well-defined goals and performance metrics from the outset. Two-way dialogue, encouraging open communication where both employee and manager share perspectives. Focus on development, prioritizing skill enhancement, career growth, and future opportunities. Constructive feedback, delivering specific, actionable feedback focused on improvement. Regular check-ins, moving beyond annual reviews to include frequent discussions and progress monitoring. This guide will cover these principles, address common challenges managers face, such as dealing with difficult conversations or unconscious bias, and equip you with practical strategies to transform your appraisal discussions into powerful tools for team and organizational advancement. The foundation of an effective appraisal begins long before the meeting starts. Thoughtful preparation transforms what could be an uncomfortable obligation into a powerful opportunity for growth and alignment. This chapter outlines key preparatory steps for managers to ensure every performance discussion is constructive, fair, and motivating. It emphasizes understanding the psychological underpinnings of feedback, tailoring your approach to individual needs, and creating an environment where employees feel heard and valued. Mindset and environment. Before the meeting, cultivate a mindset focused on growth, support, and objective evaluation. For managers, this means approaching the discussion with empathy, clarity, and a genuine desire to facilitate the employee's development. For employees, encourage them to reflect on their achievements, challenges, and aspirations. Furthermore, create a physical and emotional environment conducive to open dialogue. This includes ensuring privacy, minimizing interruptions, and setting a comfortable tone that reduces anxiety and promotes trust. Pre-meeting communication. Effective communication starts well before the appraisal itself. Clearly communicate the purpose, agenda, and expected duration of the meeting. Encourage employees to prepare their own self-assessment and any questions or topics they wish to discuss. Providing ample time for preparation demonstrates respect and allows both parties to arrive feeling ready and engaged. This transparency helps to demystify the process and sets a collaborative tone. Tailoring your approach. Understanding employee personalities. Recognizing that each employee is unique is crucial for effective appraisal discussions. Adapt your communication style and focus based on individual personalities and performance levels. High performers. Focus on growth opportunities, new challenges, and career progression. Validate their contributions and discuss how to leverage their strengths for future success and leadership roles within the organization. Struggling employees. Adopt a supportive and constructive tone. Clearly articulate areas for improvement, provide specific examples, and collaborate on a clear development plan with measurable goals and resources. Emphasize your commitment to their success. New hires primarily focus on integration, initial performance against onboarding goals, and understanding their transition into the team. Offer early feedback, clarify expectations, and address any potential challenges they may be facing. By thoughtfully preparing and adapting your strategy, you transform routine appraisals into powerful tools for employee development and overall team success. Gather performance data. Review KPIs, completed projects, deliverables, and feedback from peers, clients, and stakeholders. Document specific examples of both successes and challenges throughout the review period. Revisit historical context. Revisit goals set in previous appraisals and assess progress made. Understanding the journey helps frame constructive conversations about what worked and what needs adjustment. Collect self-assessment. Request employees' self-evaluation ahead of time to gain valuable insight into their perspective and priorities. Schedule thoughtfully. Reserve 30 to 45 minutes in a private, comfortable space where you won't be interrupted or rushed. Choose the right location. Select a neutral meeting space, such as a quiet conference room or the employee's own office. Avoid sitting behind a desk, which can create psychological distance and hierarchy. Set a positive tone. Begin with welcoming body language and a forward-looking mindset. Your demeanor sets the emotional tone for the entire conversation. Frame as growth opportunity. Emphasize that this appraisal is a partnership focused on development and success, not a criticism session or performance judgment. Beginning with recognition and appreciation creates psychological safety, opens communication channels, and sets a collaborative foundation for the entire discussion. The psychology behind positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is a powerful tool because it taps into fundamental human motivators. When individuals receive genuine praise and acknowledgement for their efforts and achievements, their brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This not only makes them feel good, but also reinforces the desired behaviors, increasing the likelihood of future success. Moreover, starting positively reduces defensiveness, making the employee more receptive to constructive feedback and future development discussions. Building rapport and trust. Establishing rapport is crucial for an effective appraisal. It creates an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding. Techniques include active listening, give your full attention, ask clarifying questions, and summarize to ensure understanding. Empathy and understanding. Acknowledge their perspective and challenges. Nonverbal cues. Maintain open body language, appropriate eye contact, and a warm, approachable demeanor. Shared goals. Frame the appraisal as a collaborative effort towards common professional goals. Identifying and highlighting achievements. Before the meeting, take time to review the employee's performance comprehensively. Look for both quantitative and qualitative achievements. Quantitative achievements. Focus on measurable results, such as increased sales by 15% or reduced project completion time by 2 days. Qualitative achievements. Acknowledge contributions that might not be numerical but are equally valuable, such as demonstrated exceptional teamwork or provided valuable mentorship to new hires, or improved team morale. Effort and growth. Recognize significant effort, learning from mistakes, and progress in skill development, especially when an employee has overcome challenges. Encourage employees to share their own successes. Ask questions like, "What are you most proud of accomplishing this past quarter?" Or, "What challenges did you overcome?" Strategies for employees struggling with confidence. For employees who may be struggling with confidence, a positive start is even more vital. Focus on their strengths and areas of growth, however small. Highlight specific instances where they showed resilience or made progress. Remind them of past successes they might be overlooking. Frame current challenges as learning opportunities rather than failures. Emphasize your belief in their potential and commitment to their development. Practical examples of opening conversations effectively. The first few sentences can set the entire tone. Consider openings such as, "Thanks for taking the time to meet today. I'm really looking forward to celebrating your accomplishments this quarter and discussing your continued growth." Or, "It's been a productive period, and I've been particularly impressed by specific achievement. Let's talk about that and how we can build on it." Or, "This appraisal is a valuable opportunity for us to reflect on your contributions, recognize your strengths, and map out some exciting development goals for the future." By consciously creating psychological safety and setting a consistently encouraging and forward-looking emotional tone, you transform the performance appraisal into a productive dialogue focused on growth and mutual success. Highlight specific accomplishments. Call out concrete contributions and results that made a real difference. Specificity shows you've been paying attention and value their work. Express genuine appreciation. Authentic recognition builds trust, strengthens motivation, and creates openness for more challenging conversations later in the discussion. Use real examples. Your leadership on the X project impressed the client team and significantly improved cross-functional collaboration. The 15% efficiency gain directly impacted our quarterly targets. Engagement boost. Research shows starting with recognition raises employee engagement by over 20%. Best practices. Use concrete, specific examples rather than vague praise like, "Good job." Connect achievements to business impact and team success. Encourage the employee to share their proudest moments from the review period. Create space for them to reflect on what enabled their success. Constructive feedback, when delivered with care and specificity, becomes a catalyst for growth rather than a source of defensiveness or discouragement. Effectively addressing areas for improvement requires a thoughtful approach that prioritizes employee development and maintains motivation. It's about empowering individuals to overcome challenges and unlock their full potential. Key strategies for delivering constructive feedback. Focus on behavior, not personality. Describe specific actions or outcomes rather than making generalizations about the individual. Use objective language and avoid emotional or judgmental terms. Example, instead of "you're always late," say "your report was submitted an hour after the deadline." Provide timely and private feedback. Deliver feedback as soon as possible after the event while details are still fresh. Always conduct feedback conversations in a private setting to foster trust and minimize embarrassment. This allows for immediate course correction and demonstrates respect for the employee. Use I statements and be specific. Frame feedback from your perspective. "I noticed," "I observed," "I am concerned," to reduce blame. Clearly articulate the impact of their actions on the team, project, or company goals. Example, "I noticed that the project timeline was missed, which has impacted our ability to start the next phase." Managing defensive reactions and maintaining motivation. It's natural for individuals to react defensively when receiving critical feedback. Your role is to guide them through this, transforming potential conflict into a productive dialogue. Listen actively. Allow the employee to share their perspective without interruption. Ask open-ended questions like, "How do you see this situation?" Or, "What factors do you think contributed to this?" Acknowledge feelings. Validate their emotions, like, "I understand this might be difficult to hear," before redirecting to problem solving. Reiterate growth. Emphasize that the feedback is a sign of investment in their development and a shared goal for their success. Highlight your belief in their ability to improve. Frame positively. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes, focus on future solutions and opportunities. For instance,
What steps can we take moving forward to ensure we meet these deadlines consistently? Creating improvement plans and turning challenges into growth opportunities. An effective improvement plan is a collaborative effort, empowering the employee to take ownership of their development path. Collaborative goal setting. Work with the employee to set SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals. This ensures they're invested in the outcomes and understand what success looks like. Define actions and resources. Together, identify concrete steps, necessary training, resources, and support mechanisms needed to achieve the goals. This could include mentorship, workshops, or adjusted responsibilities. Establish check-in cadence. Schedule regular, frequent check-ins to monitor progress, provide ongoing guidance, and celebrate small wins. This builds momentum and allows for adjustments as needed. Connect to career growth. Help the employee see how overcoming these challenges directly contributes to their skill development, professional reputation, and future career opportunities within the organization. By transforming challenges into clear pathways for growth, you not only address areas for improvement, but also cultivate a resilient, adaptable, and highly motivated workforce.
Be specific. Cite actual behaviors, situations, and observable examples rather than personality traits or generalizations. Focus on development. Frame discussions around performance gaps and skill development needs with a future orientation. Offer solutions. Provide actionable recommendations and support resources to help bridge identified gaps. Critical principle. Separate the person from the performance. Focus feedback on actions and outcomes, never on character or identity. Positive recognition. You consistently meet deadlines and communicate proactively with clients, which has strengthened our relationships and built trust in our delivery capabilities. Constructive development. Improving financial forecasting skills will be important for upcoming strategic projects. Let's explore training options like our Advanced Analytics workshop or mentoring with the finance team. What to avoid? Vague criticism without examples. Comparing to other employees. Bringing up issues for the first time. Using absolutes like always or never. What to include? Specific situations and behaviors. Impact on team and business results. Clear expectations going forward. Support and resources available. Ask open-ended questions. What challenges have you faced recently? How can I better support your success? What aspects of your role energize you most? Allow time to respond. Give the employee space to think and reflect without rushing to fill silence. Some of the most valuable insights emerge when people have time to process. Listen actively and validate. Demonstrate genuine listening through body language, paraphrasing, and acknowledging their perspective even when you may see things differently. Well-crafted goals transform appraisal discussions from backward-looking evaluations into forward-focused roadmaps for development and achievement. The psychology of goal setting. Goal setting is a powerful psychological tool that channels energy and effort towards specific objectives. Goals provide direction, increase focus, and foster a sense of purpose. They act as motivators by creating a discrepancy between current and desired states, driving individuals to bridge that gap. Achievement of goals, even small ones, releases dopamine, reinforcing positive behavior and building self-efficacy. Outcome goals versus process goals. Understanding the distinction between outcome goals and process goals is crucial for effective goal setting. Outcome goals, they focus on the end result or a specific achievement, like achieve 15% sales growth or get promoted to senior manager. While motivating, they can sometimes be outside one's complete control and lead to discouragement if external factors impede success. Process goals,
These focus on the actions and behaviors required to achieve an outcome goal, like make 10 client calls daily or complete 2 professional development courses each quarter. Process goals provide a clear roadmap, build competence, and offer a greater sense of control and accomplishment along the way. A balanced approach often involves setting both, with process goals supporting the attainment of outcome goals. Crafting meaningful and inspiring goals. To ensure goals are truly inspiring and drive sustained motivation. Personal relevance. Goals should resonate with an individual's values and career aspirations. Challenge and attainability. They must be challenging enough to stretch capabilities, but still feel achievable to avoid demotivation. Clear vision. A well-articulated vision of what success looks like helps to keep the goal front and center. Positive framing. Phrase goals positively to focus on what will be gained rather than what will be avoided. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Even with good intentions, goal setting can stumble. Here are common pitfalls and solutions. Vague goals like do better lack clarity. Solution: use the SMART framework. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Too many goals. Overwhelm reduces focus. Solution: prioritize and focus on 1 to 3 key goals at a time. Lack of commitment. Goals imposed rather than owned. Solution: involve employees in the goal-setting process to foster buy-in. Ignoring obstacles, not planning for potential roadblocks. Solution: conduct a pre-mortem to identify potential challenges and proactively plan mitigation strategies. No progress tracking, lack of feedback on efforts. Solution: establish regular check-ins and progress reviews. Practical frameworks for actionable goals. Beyond the SMART framework, consider these approaches to translate aspirations into concrete actions. Backward planning. Start with the end goal and break it down into smaller, sequential steps. OKR. Objectives and key results. Set ambitious objectives, what you want to achieve, and define key results, how you'll measure achievement. WOOP. Wish, outcome, obstacle, plan. A mental contrasting strategy to identify a wish, envision its outcome, pinpoint internal obstacles, and plan to overcome them. Aligning goals for holistic growth. Effective goal setting extends beyond individual performance to encompass broader organizational and developmental aspects. Organizational alignment. Ensure individual goals clearly contribute to team and company objectives, fostering a sense of collective purpose. Stretch goals. Encourage the setting of ambitious stretch goals that push boundaries and encourage innovative thinking, without becoming overwhelming or demotivating. This involves providing adequate support and resources. Performance and career development. Goals should strategically support both immediate performance improvements and long-term career growth. This includes developing new skills, expanding networks, or taking on leadership opportunities.
Specific, clear and unambiguous, answering who, what, where, when, and why. Measurable, quantifiable indicators to track progress and know when achieved. Achievable, realistic and attainable given resources, time, and constraints. Relevant, aligned with company objectives and employee career aspirations. Time-bound, clear deadline or framework for completion. Example SMART goal: complete advanced Excel training certification by end of Q2 to improve financial reporting accuracy and reduce manual errors by 30%. Co-create goals together. Involve the employee in defining goals to increase ownership, commitment, and intrinsic motivation. Goals imposed from above rarely inspire the same dedication. Define progress measures. Discuss specifically how progress will be tracked, measured, and reviewed. Establish clear milestones and checkpoints along the way. Balance short and long-term. Set immediate skill development milestones alongside longer-term career development aspirations to maintain momentum and vision. Career conversations demonstrate organizational investment in people and unlock potential by aligning individual aspirations with business needs. They are crucial for fostering a motivated workforce and ensuring long-term organizational success. Key career development strategies. Effective career development involves a proactive approach from both employees and management. Strategies should focus on continuous learning, skill diversification, and alignment with organizational goals. Continuous learning. Encourage employees to acquire new skills and knowledge through training, workshops, and self-study. Mentorship and coaching. Pair employees with experienced mentors or coaches to provide guidance, support, and constructive feedback. Project-based learning. Offer opportunities for employees to work on diverse projects that challenge their capabilities and expose them to new areas. Diverse career paths. Career progression is not always linear. Organizations should recognize and support various pathways for growth. Lateral moves. Employees shift to roles of similar seniority in different departments to broaden experience and skill sets. Deep specialization. Employees hone expertise in a specific area, becoming an invaluable resource within the organization. Leadership tracks. Employees develop management and leadership competencies, preparing them for supervisory and executive roles. Entrepreneurial opportunities. Support employees in developing new initiatives or business units within the company, fostering innovation. Identifying high-potential employees. Recognizing and nurturing high-potential individuals is vital for succession planning and future leadership. Consistent high performance. Look for employees who consistently exceed expectations in their current roles. Learning agility. Identify those who quickly adapt to new challenges, learn from mistakes, and apply new knowledge effectively. Ambition and engagement. Observe employees who actively seek new responsibilities, show strong initiative, and are engaged with the company's vision. Practical frameworks for career planning. Structured frameworks help employees visualize their career journey, and managers guide their development. Individual development plans, IDPs. Collaborative documents outlining an employee's career goals, required skills, and actionable steps. SMART goals. Ensure career objectives are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. 360-degree feedback. Utilize multi-source feedback to provide comprehensive insights into an employee's strengths and areas for development. By proactively engaging in these discussions and employing strategic frameworks, organizations can cultivate a culture of growth, empower their employees, and build a resilient talent pipeline for the future. Ask about future aspirations. Create space to discuss desired skills, dream roles, and career trajectory. Questions like, where do you see yourself in 2 to 3 years? Open meaningful dialogue. Identify growth opportunities. Explore concrete development pathways, including training programs, mentoring relationships, stretch assignments, or cross-functional projects. Would you be interested in leading a cross-functional project next quarter? It would give you exposure to different departments and develop your project management skills. Learning resources. Highlight available workshops, online courses, industry certifications, and lunch and learn sessions tailored to their development goals. Mentoring programs. Connect employees with experienced mentors who can provide guidance, share insights, and accelerate professional growth. External opportunities. Support attendance at industry conferences, networking events, and professional association memberships that broaden perspectives. Advancement pathways. Discuss potential promotions or role changes realistically, outlining criteria and timeline while managing expectations transparently. Reinforce the organization's genuine commitment to employee development as a strategic priority, not just empty promises. Documentation and consistent follow-up transform appraisal conversations from isolated events into ongoing development partnerships that drive real results. A well-documented appraisal process provides a clear record of discussions, expectations, and commitments, serving as a critical reference point for both employees and managers throughout the year. Documentation best practices. Effective documentation ensures clarity, accountability, and continuity. It's more than just a formality, it's a foundation for sustained growth. Comprehensive records. Document all key discussion points from the appraisal meeting, including strengths, areas for development, career aspirations, and any specific feedback provided. Include both positive achievements and constructive critiques. SMART goals. Clearly outline all agreed-upon goals using the SMART framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Each goal should have defined metrics for success and a target completion date. Development plans. Detail the specific actions, resources, and support mechanisms required to achieve development goals. This might include training programs, mentorship, project assignments, or skill-building exercises. Next steps and actions. Clearly state who is responsible for what by when. This includes tasks for both the employee and the manager to ensure mutual accountability. Utilize digital platforms or shared documents for easy access and version control. Ensure all parties sign off on the documented plan to signify agreement and commitment. Effective follow-up strategies. Follow-up is where the real work happens, transitioning from planning to execution. Regular check-ins prevent stagnation and ensure that development remains a priority. Scheduled check-ins. Establish a regular cadence for follow-up meetings, e.g., monthly or quarterly. These meetings should be dedicated exclusively to discussing progress on appraisal goals and development plans. Structured agenda. Each follow-up meeting should have a clear agenda. Review progress since the last meeting, discuss challenges and roadblocks, provide real-time feedback, and adjust plans if necessary. Encourage the employee to lead a portion of the discussion. Two-way dialogue. Foster an open and honest environment where both manager and employee can share perspectives. Managers should actively listen to employee concerns and offer support, rather than just dictating tasks. Resource provision. Continuously identify and provide the necessary resources, whether it's access to new tools, training budgets, or connecting the employee with internal experts. Maintaining momentum and tracking progress. Sustaining progress requires consistent effort and transparent tracking to demonstrate the value of ongoing development. Progress tracking systems. Implement simple, accessible systems to track progress on goals. This could be a shared spreadsheet, a project management tool, or a dedicated HR software module. Celebrate milestones. Acknowledge and celebrate small wins and progress markers. This reinforces positive behaviors and keeps employees motivated towards larger objectives. Adaptive planning. Recognize that plans may need to evolve. Be flexible and willing to adjust goals or development strategies based on changing business priorities, new opportunities, or unforeseen challenges. Feedback loops. Encourage continuous feedback, not just during formal meetings. Create an environment where employees feel comfortable seeking and offering feedback daily, fostering a culture of continuous improvement.